morning I'm right near our terminal at a drop and hook, and there are no hooks to hook here. So I'm just gonna drop this loaded trailer and head over to our terminal and pick up a different one and then head out somewhere, hopefully somewhere far away. I ran pretty hard yesterday. It felt good to have a longer day after so much downtime. It's a little tight in here, but not too bad. Let's see how we do with the little bit of a glare, but not too bad. Not too bad. Last night I had to do a make a spot at the Loves I was at, and I felt kind of bad because it wasn't a great spot. I usually avoid that because I usually stop a little bit earlier, but this week, after all my complaining, I was like, well bitch, you better put your money where your mouth is. If you're gonna be mad about so much downtime, then you better run that clock. And I could have run a little bit longer, but it was already 8 p.m., which is a lot later than I normally like to start, and I was really tired. So I just said, screw it, and I stopped at a Loves in Dwight, Illinois, a very small Loves, but we made it work. This is not what I would say is a remotely congested DC. Like, this is a Home Depot DC. A lot of like the Walmart DCs are so cramped, the way that their trailers are set up, that there's just barely enough room in between trailers to roll the landing gears down. This isn't like that, so that's good. We need to be a little more forward. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. A really nice experience of a yard driver going out of his way to help me out, just out of the kindness of his heart. I was outside the gate at this facility. It's a really large complex with a bunch of different drop yards in it. They told me at the gate coming in, he's like, I got bad news, I got good news. That guy was super nice. He was like, we don't have any empties for you. I'm like, all right, well, it's fine. I'm really close to the terminal, so I'm no high hooking today. So I was like, that's fine. I'll be able to get one at the terminal. They're really good about that. They always have enough trailers for us. I've never had to hunt for a trailer. I've never had to wait, for someone to be finding a trailer more than a couple of minutes. So I'm sitting outside their gate doing my paperwork, getting ready to head over 20 minutes to the terminal. And this guy pulls up alongside me and gestures for me to roll my window down, and I'm like, oh, he's going to tell me to move or something. I wasn't in the way, but he was like, do you need an empty? And I explained the situation. He's like, I just dropped a couple. I didn't realize he was a yard driver right away. He's like, I just dropped a couple in the other yard. If you follow me, I'll show you where they are. He didn't have to do that at all. He could have just gone about his business and continued on with his day, but he took the time to stop and ask me if I needed something, because he could tell that I probably did, because I was sitting there bobtail, and he helped me out. Not only that, but he gave me an option of 2 trailers, a newer one and an older one, which he may not have known by the numbers, but I did, and I was like, the newer one. I've spent enough time in the shop lately. It wasn't because of bad trailers, it was just tire stuff. That shit always happens. All right, I'm on a quick little rest area break on my way to my drop-off in Omaha, which is tomorrow morning. I just ate a little bit more of my naf-naf, which I'm so happy that some Loves locations have naf-naf as a food option, because it's like the only remotely healthy food that you can get. It's so tasty, and like to actually get vegetables and stuff and what you eat is amazing. Another thing I want to show you guys, this is silly, but it's not. When I stop for like a little break sometimes and I'm feeling fatigued, it's that middle of the day period of time and I start to feel like I need a energy boost. Aside from taking power naps, I will use this, which, let's see if I can get it to focus. Focus. There it is. This is an eye gel. I love this brand. It's a Korean beauty brand, Tony Moly. Tony Moly. It's weird. I never say it out loud. I only say it in my head. But I love things that are like cute because it reminds me of being a kid and like something I would have liked as a kid that I still love as an adult. So it's a cute little whale with a little rubbery thing, water spout. But I keep this in my fridge, and this stuff is, I don't know how much it costs. It's 20 something I think for that little thing, but I've been using it for like a year. And it's just this gel. I keep it in the fridge, and when I'm tired, your eyes get really tired, and even like the skin around your eyes gets more dry, I think, when you drive for long periods of time. I think it's good for you when you take breaks to close your eyes for a little bit, because you don't realize how tired they get, and just closing your eyes actually can help rest them a little bit. And then putting on some kind of a chilled eye cream. Ooh, I just remembered I also have this in here. I've had this forever. This is definitely from an Ipsy bag. This is like a water spray. It's thermal spring water. It's fucking water. It's a spray bottle of water. Oh, and it feels so good. It's like a really warm spring day today, so sometimes a little something like that to wake you up while you're driving is nice. Not while you're driving, while you're on a break from driving. Okay, let's get back in the saddle. Oh, I also have the song Brass Monkey stuck in my head, and I have for like 2 days, and I have no idea why. I probably heard it once, and it's just like glue in my brain. Okay, let's go. Good morning from Omaha. For the second time in a week, I was sent to a unload at a time when the time that I was given is a half hour before the actual appointment time. I don't know why this keeps happening. I'm not sure if that would be something that the broker would do, because I would imagine no company wants a driver to, like, they're not going to intentionally have you waste your clock, you know? So I don't know why it happened. Sunrise is so pretty, but you can't really see it. It's behind the trees. But saw a beautiful sunset last night, and now I'm seeing a beautiful sunrise. I can understand if a driver was perpetually late, that they might like tell the driver to be there at a time that's a half hour before the actual unload time, but I'm not. I'm pretty much always early or like right on time for deliveries, unless they set something up in a way that I couldn't get there on time, which is rare. Or if obviously if there's some kind of traffic delay, weather delay, or customer delay. Those are the only cases in which you are justified in being late. Or if you have a situation like I had the week before last, where you have a maintenance deal, but then you're a baller, so you make yourself only get 4 hours of sleep and you still make it on time. Because that's dedication. Oh, it feels great. I don't know if you saw that, but this is my broom. Doing some shoulder mobility before I do a little exercise. It's so nice out. It's so warm, like unseasonably warm. So I have no excuse not to get some exercise. I'm really sick of feeling crappy. I haven't been getting enough exercise consistently, and it's not working out. So I'm trying to make myself take advantage of any time that I have downtime. It's like, instead of bitching about having downtime that I don't want, let me make the most of it, and makes the time go by faster and helps me feel better for the rest of the day. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, but check out this sunrise. Birdie. Not a bad view. exercise. I used to feel like I had to do like these 3-hour extravaganzas of like exhausting myself, and I'm so grateful. One of the things I'm really grateful to yoga for is that it helped adjust my thinking about exercise and recognize how like yoga, okay, two things, yoga and working as a professional furniture mover. Both of those things help me appreciate the benefit of intermittent exercise. Doing short bouts of exercise, it can be as little as a minute, it can be 10 minutes. I think doing a bunch of bouts, shorter bouts of exercise throughout the day can do just as much for you, and probably is less likely, depending on what you're doing, of course, to cause you chronic injury issues like the ones I live with now from all my years of drone-like meathead-esque lifting. Oh man. If you have nothing else in your truck for exercise, even if you don't consider yourself a yogi, get yourself a yoga mat. You can get one for like $10 at TJ Maxx. Oof, I knew my hammy was gonna cramp hard. Even just because sometimes you want to get out of your, dang it. Okay, let's try this. Sometimes you want to get out of your truck and like stretch your body out, especially if you're a tall person. You're not going to have room in the truck to really stretch out except in your bunk. So get yourself a yoga mat that folds up easily. It takes up no space. You can throw it underneath your bunk or in your side box. And when you have time to go to a rest area, if you're tired, if you feel like taking a nap, go lay under a tree in the grass if it's a nice day. Lay down, extend your body, stretch out. Do some gentle spinal twists. You know, you don't have to know what you're doing. Just your body will tell you, no matter who you are, no matter what kind of shape you're in, if you're thin, if you're heavy, if you're a big build person, if you are not flexible, never been flexible, it doesn't matter. Just give yourself a chance, because every body is capable of amazing amounts of adaptation. So give yourself a chance to do something small, and you will be very pleasantly surprised with how much better you feel when you get back in the truck. Invigorated, fresh air, being around trees, being around grass, feeling it, smelling it. These are things that like we underestimate the value of how much these impact us. And sometimes, like I was saying in another clip, which I don't know if I'll end up using it or not, but closing your eyes for a little bit, underestimated. Not even necessarily sleeping, just closing your eyes, getting rid of the visual input for a little bit, because the way we use our eyes as drivers is really different than a lot of us before being a professional driver may have experienced. I think it's probably similar for, not similar, it's very different actually, but like eye fatigue and the way it relates to like brain fatigue in people who stare at screens also. If you can take a break and close your eyes, you should take advantage of it. I can't tell you how much better I feel after just a really short bout of exercise. And in one of her recent posts, Shelby from Happiness by the Mile was talking about getting out of the truck and getting activity. I think it was an Instagram post actually. She said something in that post that really resonated, and I'm gonna totally paraphrase because I saw it like a week ago, but basically it was something along the lines of like, when you sit in your truck for so long and like it's hard for you to get out, it's hard for you to move your body, it's hard to want to move. And it was cool to hear her say that, because that's exactly how I feel, and I'm the most physical person in reality, but trucking changes that. It changes your rhythms in such a way that it's been really enlightening. It's been really interesting to me, because it helps me understand how a lot of people live very sedentary lives, and it's not because that's what their nature is, it's because they have gotten into a state of inertia, and that's that an object at rest tends to stay at rest, and vice versa with motion. I love that concept as it pertains to like our psychology and our actual like physical lives, because we really do get into habits of movement. And that's why it can be so difficult for people to like start a new exercise routine, or for people to just change, because we just get used to things and we just kind of stay that way. And it always blows my mind how even just doing 10 minutes of exercise, like that's what I did last night. I did 10 minutes after I was done for the day, and I really didn't feel like doing anything, but I needed to. I knew I needed to, and it made me feel a bit better. And now I just did 20 minutes, 25 minutes maybe, and I feel so much better. I feel so much more awake, alert. I can feel that, you know, I got my heart rate up. I worked up just a little bit of a sweat. I know I'll feel better for the rest of the day, and I know I'll sleep better at night. So just putting a little word out there that I know it's hard. I know it's really hard to adjust your habits and adjust what your body is used to. And it's not because you're lazy or you lack will. It's because our bodies are like, we're just habitual, and our bodies get into patterns, and it becomes very difficult to break those patterns. So just give yourself a nudge. And what I did, I will talk about this more at other times probably, but like I went through a long period in college of depression and like not exercising at all, which I sort of talked about in my recent video about my struggles with alcohol addiction. And when I decided to get myself back to being fit after a long period of not exercising, heavy smoking, drinking, eating like shit, it was so hard. All right, well, I got cut off, but I just will say really quick, I had to tell myself every day, I had to just keep telling myself, I will feel better after I do this. There's no way I'll regret having gone to the gym. And I had to talk myself into it every day, and until it became a habit. So I'll talk more about this at another juncture. Now it's time to reconnect to my trailer and get to the next delivery.